Cheech Brown is the first one I'm seeing. What up, Cheech? All right, I'm getting set up right now. I had a couple technical issues last night. I thought I had it wrapped up, and apparently I didn't. So give me just a second. I thought I had a chat up, and I don't. So give me just a moment. Man, I thought I had this all worked out. Interesting. Luckily, I did bring a backup phone. It saved me last night, and it's gonna save me again tonight. It's Saturday Night Live. We're in Denver. When I left earlier, I told Linda I was going to Boulder, so if she wakes up and checks us out, she's gonna be very surprised. But I've just been kind of playing it by ear. Kind of for the last few months, actually. This is a guy, so the guy in front of us, he's playing good music, but that scared me. He's playing, "Baby, please don't go down to New Orleans, gotta love you so, baby, please don't go." He's playing that, which I really do like, but I don't know how we avoided the copyright strike from last night. This is where we are. This is Denver Skate Park. It looks like the guy from Saw is right here. It's pretty freaky. Jason mask and maybe Saw mask. We got some skaters over here. I think I might go down to the end and possibly get out, but I don't know. This guy has some cool blacklight paintings. This has cash in the hand. This is where I left my sombrero. I left it right on top there. If I had to guess, I would say this guy is the new owner of that sombrero. She don't want you out till you're healed. What up, everybody? I had a pickleball thing tonight. Not tonight, kind of today. Oh, look at this girl. There's a girl rollerblading over here. She's texting and rollerblading. Okay. And then she put her phone in her boobs. Perfect, 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 perfect. I didn't know a lot about this charity pickleball thing that I was playing in today. And then when I got there, they were doing a couple raffles and they were talking about what it was for. And the way that Linda and I got into it, a woman that we play pickleball with asked us if we would fill in. Hey, what up, Ed? What up, Jay, Liam, Shane, Brian, Thames, Charlie, GH, Subby. Let's see. So yeah, we got into this tournament for free. And the reason that we got in is because people paid to be in the event. And then when they couldn't make it, the teams were already predetermined. And so we subbed in and we got in for free. And I didn't even know what it was about. And let me see if I can look it up. I think it was called Shimmering Wings. I'm going to look it up on YouTube. Shimmering Wings. Well, nothing came up, so I don't know if that's exactly what it was called. It was for all of the proceeds of this thing that we were at today go to kids that were going to be going to an all expenses paid summer camp here in Colorado. And it was for kids that were missing a parent or maybe a brother, one of the loved ones of the kids, ages like 6 to 16, had lost a family member or somebody close to them. So we watched this video and the kids were like, I lost my dad a few years ago to cancer. I lost my big brother to a motorcycle accident. It was all these pretty young kids. I don't really even think I saw anybody over 13. Hey, Hike Melikian, thank you very much. Thank you for that. One of the cool things that they had was they had a telephone booth, and there was a rotary phone inside the telephone booth. So number one, the kids would go in and they didn't know, they were just picking up this phone, and some of them had it upside down with the cord up here. And the top of the phone booth said calls into the wind, and they could talk to their loved one. So the kids were saying like, hey dad, I'm here at this camp. Miss you. I hope I get to see you again someday. We're here having a fun time at camp and I love you. It definitely pulled on the heartstrings today. It was for a good cause. It was actually for a great cause. And when we ended up leaving, I was telling Linda, I was like, I think I'm going to volunteer at this camp just to kind of be like big brother, and just go into the mountains and help kids have just a fun 48 hours camping and just kind of take their mind off of things. That's kind of what I'm doing out here on the weekends. I just blocked a comment a second ago that somebody said Denver sucks. It's okay. I'm living in Denver right now. It's been an amazing 7-ish months of me living here. A lot of people have my email, so a lot of people have told me, we prefer for you to be in South Central LA at night. I understand. I understand that you'd rather that I'm in these dangerous areas and showing you things that are a little bit more exciting. My life at this exact moment is just different, and it's different good. I mean, one of the things I wanted to do in coming out here was to just kind of explore some creativity, share some good vibes with people. Linda and I definitely did that. We plugged into a really good community of friends, a lot of friends that I had 20 plus years ago, a lot of new friends. Hold on, look at what's going on out here. There's just a lot going on in front of me. Some girls over here that are like, looked like they were falling in love for a second. I don't know. Look at her boots. Jeez. LA is great in small doses, Conrad. Yeah, so I guess now I'm kind of an equal opportunity offender. I'm going to be back in LA soon. I'm sure when I'm in LA, people are going to be like, oh, thank God, don't ever leave. And I'm definitely going to leave. But I'll be back there soon, and we will have some throwback nights and have some fun. Look at this puppy over here. A lot of animals out. It's really, really nice out. It's probably like 72 degrees. I'm pretty sure this guy has my sombrero. You are so much happier in Denver. It's kind of both. Last year at this time was sort of the pinnacle of the popularity of this channel. And with that came a lot of challenges. There were people starting to recognize me all around the LA area, a lot in the Orange County area. I'm 45 years old. I always thought that would be fun and exciting to have people be like, oh, are you this person that we recognize? I was never famous, but I was like recognizable. And it ended up that it really wasn't that cool. Linda and I were in Pasadena in October. We went to Cheesecake Factory, and there was a lady that just stared at me the whole time. Like, she just watched me like she was watching a TV. And I could tell that she recognized me, and it just wasn't cool. Like, it's not what you think it's going to be. Last year at this time also, I was traveling a little bit. I'd be in airports. People would recognize me. People would want to take a photo with me. That was really weird. Some people wanted my autograph. I still don't know what you're going to do with that autograph. No one's going to know who I am. Flattered, yes. Is it something that I want back? No. and I had probably, 10 to 100 times the audience that we have now. I don't miss that. I think the people that are coming back here now are the right people. In the last few months, I've lost about 3,000 subscriptions. I think those were the wrong people that got on the train and left. So yeah, I like the group that we have here. I think it's a solid group. I will take, at some point tonight, when I know that we have a strong signal, I'll take a couple questions. I'm going to try to prioritize the members because I want them to know how special that they are for staying with me. I know a lot of people didn't, but a lot of people did as well. Did you ever get resolution with that creep person that was attacking you? It was more than one. There was more than one creep that was intimidating me, or intimidated by me, and then decided to go on the offensive. No, there was not a lot of resolution. Mainly it was on my end because we had all of the ammunition to pull the trigger in a couple of extreme ways, and I didn't. And then in parentheses, yet I still could. I'm a saucy person, and I try not to be vindictive. I try not to be that eye for an eye person, but I also just don't. I leave it up to how I'm feeling day to day, and sometimes I get a little spicy, so I don't know. Heidi's in here. I can't believe I never asked you for your autograph. How did I not think of that? I don't even know what autographs are really about. I guess I would like Michael Jackson's autograph from back in the day. I don't know what I would do with it. Yeah, I think autographs are kind of some 80s stuff. Hold on, let me show you what this guy's doing out here. I'm gonna go down to the end of the block and then maybe get out. If you were with us last night for the hashtag Nutmobile, oh, this dude put on a mask. There you go. I was out of the car a lot last night, and I'm tired tonight. So I'm hoping that I can do the majority of this stream from inside the car. We'll see though. There are a lot of people out at the skate park. And a lot of people are not skating. They're just drinking 40s and chilling. Like these girls right here drinking some 40s. Oh, I'm getting some dirty looks too. Some homeless, definitely. This area of town, before they had this as the skate park, this was an area that you could come, see, look under the bridge here. This is over by Coors Field. See the, I think that's the Platte River underneath. I'm sure somebody will correct me if it's not. This was an area that you could come and just kind of be more private. I think they turned it into a skate park because we were skating here anyway. Because it was one of the areas where people just would kind of leave us alone. I was telling Linda the other night, we walked out of pickleball and it was a really nice night. And I said, yeah, this is the kind of night where we would just all meet up in some parking lot and skate. And I remember it being so much fun. Nobody was really kicking us out. There was just very little pressure to do anything. I don't know what this blacklight thing over here is. Can you see it? It's that purple area over there. Oh, wow. I've never seen this. This little bicycle feature. I think this is probably just an apartment complex. Since I lived here, they've made some really cool places to live. Yeah, this says South Platte River, 15th and Platte, Riverfront Park Neighborhood, Lodo. So they call this area Lodo, lower downtown. Hey, thank you very much, Steelers Nation. My friend, you are in the spotlight. You're very popular on YouTube. Everyone watches you. You're going to have people wanting your autograph and take pictures with you. Not really. Thank you. That's really kind. like I was saying, I think now I'm sort of in the sweet spot. John Hicks statue, I like that. Natalie, that's awesome. And didn't realize it for a little bit, and then I backed up, and then as soon as I backed up, the light rail drove over where I was. And Linda wasn't too hyped on that. Do not climb, it says. I bet a lot of people have climbed. Look at how sharp it is. That's why they don't want you to climb. It's like a garbage disposal up there. Anyway, it does look like I'm getting a decent signal strength tonight, which is great. Sometimes when I'm in Denver, it buffers a little bit. So I think we're at least ahead of the game on that. And it's Saturday night. Is it buffering? No. Right as I say it's not buffering, it started buffering. So that's ironic. But yeah, I told Linda I was going to be in Boulder tonight, and I'm not. I mean, it's a game time decision. I'm following my highest, how do I say that? My highest interests or my highest passion. That's probably not the best way to say that. This is a cool building. Hold on real quick. Thank you again, Hike. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hike. Thank you again for the sticker. I appreciate that. Oh, that was a mom holding a skateboard, and she was walking with her little girl. And this is a middle-aged woman on a scooter. Remember last night when I said that I went to that play Marat Sod with my mom? It was right over in this area. And this was also the area, so I said it's by Platte River. There was a coffee shop over here called Paris on the Platte. And it was like a coffee shop that had a lot of books. And one of the things I remember about it is they would sell Lucy's, which are like single cigarettes. And I would... So yeah, this was an area that... Oh, it's buffering a little bit. All right, I'm gonna try to get out of this area. I wanted to come down here because I haven't explored it very much. Lucy's, L-O-O-S-I-E-S, Lucy's, like loose cigarettes. I thought that was cool for just a very small period of time. Until they started getting me sick. This at the top says Big Chief Bottling Company. That looks old. These neighborhoods are so clean and safe. Well, I think they're safe. I don't know. I don't hang out down here a lot. This is 15th and Platte. I am going to attempt to take us into some new areas. And that might mean a little bit of buffering. I don't know. But we'll find out. Ooh, could I park right here? Probably a no. See where this says Riverfront on the right? This is where I walk down, and you can see the water down here. Actually, last time I was down here with Linda, I took us down there. To be honest, it's a little sketchy down there after dark because some homeless and other people go down there. I wonder if I could just put it right here for a very brief period. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna throw the hazards on and just see if I can make it happen. What up, Sonia? What up, Dan, Von Krul, Barry, Rick Lee? Is this a small town? You would think so, but this is Denver, Colorado. It's pretty big. It's definitely big for this area. Let me get some water. This is gonna be short. So I have the hazards on. Babe, please don't go down to New Orleans, 'cause I love you so. Baby, please don't go. Babe, please don't go. Oh, this is a duck. I like that. So on my way to Denver, I was seeing a bunch of lightning and the sun hadn't quite gone down all the way. So it was like dark blue skies with lightning, and it looked amazing. I was thinking that maybe we would get rained on a little bit tonight. If that does happen, I hope we see a little bit of lightning. That was one thing I didn't love about Southern California is I love severe weather. I like lightning, thunder. Southern California had the high wind, that's for sure. Whoa, there's like a little scooter meetup on the other side over here. Can you see that? Oh, are they taking a photograph? Oh, they are. They're using the light from the scooters to capture the moment. Get it? I really like this area in the daytime. You can see that you can walk down the rocks here. Oh, there's a bunny. You probably can't see it. There's a bunny right here. What are you doing? You little bunny. Hey. Can you see that or no? Oh, he's just chilling. I'm gonna name this bunny Paris. Paris on the Platte. All right, so in the day, you can raft or more likely tube down this little area right here. And then if you look to the right, there's like a more extreme area on the right. I don't think they want you going down there. But I do see a lot of kayakers and people on inner tubes on this left side. A lot of people walking dogs. This is like a beach. This is sand down here. See, there's a dude chilling right here. It's somewhat safe and then also not at the same time. Tubing is fun. Yeah, I used to go tubing with my mom and my sister when I lived in Iowa. And it was pretty fun. We would call it floating the river. I'm on the bank right now. You can see there's like a little sand area down here. When the water's high, this area is covered. Someone asked me what is white. Oh no, I fell for that. Is this a, oh no. Yeah, that's also something like the weekends that we used to have, there would be sometimes 5,000 people in the room and it was chaos. When you have that many people, people are always trying to trick you. I guess when you start streaming and you start doing something like this, you want the attention, you want the audience, and then you actually get it and it's not what you think it is. See this REI back here? That's a really famous REI. It says since 1938. going to take Linda there and get her some snowboarding gear. We ended up not going. I will come back down here in the daytime. We'll check this area out. South Platte River. So you see the light being cast on that wall? That's from this building right here. And I think if I was single, I'd probably live in this building. It just seems so cool. It's right across the street from Ball Arena. And I think downtown is a cool area to be. I think that'd be a cool place to live. This building did not exist when I was here 20 years ago. It's new. I think it's all residences. You can see the scooter homies up there at the top. This bridge back here is fairly new too. Look at all the scooter people on top over there. Oh, actually, I think all those scooter homies on top are the ones that were just taking the photo down here. Yeah, I could walk a little bit more north, but as you can see, it's pretty dark down here. If somebody was gonna mug somebody, this would probably be the best spot to do it, so we'll leave that for the daytime stream. Cool little spot to hang out right here. Turtle Butt, what up? Is that river kayakable? Yes and no. Yes, because I think they'll let you. No, because I don't think you'd actually want to. This is, I want to say a leaf, like a carved out one rock leaf. Wow, that's impressive. And then this looks like a fish, maybe? Good Saturday evening to you. What up, Bob? And porta potties. I did not see a lot of honey buckets in LA. Denver actually lets you use the restroom if you need to. There's actually toilet paper in there. Can you see it right there? Something that you would never find at Venice Beach. I'm always telling people, if you're gonna go to Venice Beach, take a magazine. Because number one, you're gonna be sitting on metal. So you're gonna wanna take out pages out of the magazine and put them on the toilet seat area so you can sit on that. And then also there's no toilet paper. So you might need a periodical or a magazine. All the streets of LA are honey buckets. That's not false. But yeah, there are just so many people in LA. One of the things that they never really worked out was how they were going to handle when people needed to use the restroom. So it kind of seems like they just didn't ever figure it out. They were just like, well, people will just do what they do. And they doo-dooed right on the sidewalk, and it smelled like they did too. So this is Little Raven Street, Centennial Gardens back there to my right. Oh man, I'm gonna pull over. Even though this dude is tailgating me. Should we tailgate him back? No, I'm just kidding. That street back there was the one I wanted to turn on. Hey, what up, Ellie? What up, Matt? What up, Mets fan? What up, Dub? Let me see see if I can do a U-turn. All right, don't look. I'm gonna try right here. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. If you've been watching this channel for a while, there's a lot of traffic infractions that happen. Sorry ahead of time. But we're trying to keep the flow happening out here. Do not play. Snarfs is open. Get a Sammy. Hey, I like that. So if you were with me last Saturday, one of the viewers recommended that I go to a sandwich shop on the hill. They said go to, I want to say it was like Mari Sal. They said go to this Indian place and get a cheesesteak. And I said, okay. So we went to this Indian spot and I went inside and I said, do you have cheesesteak? And he's like, yeah. Tikka masala? And I was like, yeah, well, I'll try tikka masala. I like tikka masala. And it was an amazing sandwich. If you were with me last Saturday, you know how much I enjoyed that. They should probably clip that and make it like a advertisement. Okay, so here's the river that we were just on to the right. And then this is one of the bridges. This is what it looks like underneath. I like the art on both sides. Kind of reminds me of like King of the Hill. In the reflections of the sunglasses, you can see people playing instruments. Hope you feel, oh, it's buffering. Sorry about that. Oh, see that bald eagle? I was at this place where I ride my mountain bike. This was around October-ish, and I saw a bald eagle. It looked like a pterodactyl. When I first saw it, I was like, what is that? And as I was filming the bald eagle, another bald eagle flew down. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And at the same time, there were 3 red-tailed hawks, which is cool on its own, but overshadowed by the 2 bald eagles. This is Elitch Gardens. So that's one of the towers of Elitch Gardens. I think it's Elitch Gardens Six Flags. It's an amusement park. When I was growing up here, it was just called Elitch's. And I think they got bought out by Six Flags. I'm pretty sure this is this is the water park side. See that big red tube? That's a water slide. Jay Colorado, what up? I like that name. This street is Elitch Circle. And this is one of the areas that you can park if you're gonna go to Ball Arena. I don't know what this means. This says not to see Denver. Elitch is not to see Denver. What does that mean? Oh, I just ran over something that popped. Oh, can you hear that? I'm running over something crunchy. Yeah, I used to park over here when I would go to the Nuggets games, and then I would walk across this area right here. Do you see the train underneath? So there are train tracks, but there's also a light rail system that drops you off. This is like Wally World when the Griswolds got there and everything was empty. And John Candy gave him the personal tour. So yeah, again, we have it all to ourselves. What up, Amy Zellers? What up, Wu-Tang Life? Happy Gilmore too. I read that the alligator from Happy Gilmore just died. This looks like the teacups and then a Ferris wheel behind it. I actually flirted with the idea of taking the stream to a carnival on the north side of Denver. There's a carnival happening tonight, and I was thinking about taking everybody, and then I was like, you know what? There's just gonna be music playing the whole time, and I'm just gonna have to have it on mute. So I decided not to do that. They're playing music at night. Oh, I can't have that. I recognize that song. It's I can't remember how the song goes, but it's like, my honey is a centerfold. Honey is a centerfold. I don't think that's how it goes. It says exit. Let's see if oh, Angel is a centerfold. That sounds way better. Angel is a centerfold. That's something I don't think the youth today even knows what a centerfold is. It was pretty important in the 90s, let me tell you. Especially if you were a male. Not to see Elitch's is not to see Denver. It means you have to go to Elitch's to really see Denver. It's still in soft open until Memorial Day. Hey, thank you very much for that. As usual, the chat knows way more than I do. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff is closed for Memorial Day. Here's Ball Arena. Back here. We usually are on the other side of it. I guess that makes sense. To not see Elitch's is not to see Denver. I don't know. I spent quite a few weekends at Universal Studios in Studio City, and that ruined me. Universal Studios is so dope. Last time we were there, we saw Harry Potter World, the new Mario exhibit, which was pretty cool. My favorite thing there is the studio tour. That's kind of always been my thing. The studio tour. Oh yeah, Lakewood. Lakewood had a amusement park in probably the 80s and 90s. I was there in the 90s. I have some family and friends that live in Lakewood now, and they like it. Lakewood is really not too far outside of the city limits of Denver. Or maybe it is in the city limits. It's not too far from downtown Denver. Hold on. Skirt. Since we're doing backlot tours, we might as well check this out over here. Where this building is, there used to be a bunch of railroad ties that were impossible to move unless you had a bunch of young strapping dudes like we were. And so we would move these railroad ties together, and we would skate them. So this parking lot right here, I spent a lot of time, 95, 96-ish, skateboarding over here. Nobody really bothered us. It's kind of right in here. This building, I believe, was here. This one wasn't. I got a comment last night from somebody I recognize, and they said, Jeremy, please stop talking about sports. Go back to the old Jeremy. The old Jeremy was talking about sports too. unfortunately for you, I guess. This is where my Denver Nuggets play. Tomorrow, which is Sunday, is going to be Game 7. Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Denver Nuggets. Whichever team wins that game, I think also their star player will be awarded MVP. So it's either SGA or Nikola Jokic. I'm going to say Jokic deserves the MVP. Here's Jokic right here. Going, Go Knicks. I'm actually rooting for the Knicks quite a bit too. I saw a thing earlier that the last time that the Knicks were as deep as they are, Brunson's dad was playing on the Knicks. So last time the Knicks made it to the ECF, Eastern Conference Finals, Jalen Brunson's dad was on the team. He's fun to watch. I'm more of a fan of just certain players versus teams. '73 was their last championship. That's a long time ago. I remember looking for Patrick Ewing basketball cards when I used to collect basketball cards. BB ball, I'm out. Freeze frame, Rage in the Cage. Great song. Angel is a centerfold. Great video. That's something I do miss about the 80s and 90s too. I used to stay up with my friends and watch MTV. I used to watch Headbangers Ball with Ricky Rackman, Louis Largent. My cousin had a music video on MTV. He was in this band called Green Jello, and then they got sued by Bill Cosby, and they had to change their name to Green Jelly. They had a hit song called Three Little Pigs. Little pig, let me in. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. And I'm huffing, I'm puffing, I'll blow your house in. Huffing and a puffing and I'll blow your house in. And my cousin, who was in that band, did that music video. So he specialized in stop motion. And then after that video, he was roommates with Maynard from Tool. And he did the video for Prison Sex and the video for Sober. And Tool, Sober, was one of my favorite songs back then. And I loved the music video. So we would stay up, we would watch Headbangers Ball, and then we would watch Liquid TV. That's the first time I saw Beavis and Butthead. A lot of amazing animation on Liquid TV. But yeah, I miss the days of finding out about music through music videos. Does anybody remember a band called Soul Asylum? They used to have a music video, and one of the songs was Runaway Train, and they helped like 27 or so runaway kids get back home because they were flashing. You remember how missing kids used to be on milk cartons? Well, they took it a step further and did like a music video about missing kids, and they helped 27 kids get back home. Stuff like that just really doesn't happen anymore. They used to have big budgets for music videos. Now everything's like social media, and it is crazy to see how influential streamers have become. Like if I had an album right now and I needed to get a lot of attention for the album and I had a budget, I would probably go to a streamer and get them to feature it on a live stream, which is pretty crazy. David Lee Roth got the VJ. Yeah, David Lee Roth was really firing on all cylinders back then. He had a wild life. He's probably still living a wild life. I like this area down here. There's a good pizza place right here. This looks like a German bar, maybe. This is Lodo, kind of by Larimer Square. Oh, look at the pups right here. Hey, he's got like a little Burberry sweater on. Hey, bro. Burberry. Oh, there's the Avalanche and Nuggets on the door right here. This city loves their sports teams. That's what was crazy too. Been in LA for the last 2 decades. I didn't really run into people that were fans of Denver sports. So to come back here and everywhere I go, people are wearing Denver Nuggets hats, Denver Nuggets shorts, apparel of all my teams. It's just funny because when you wear that stuff here, when you wear Broncos gear or whatever, I think people just kind of roll their eyes. They're like, oh, you're just a lemming. Like, you're dressed like everybody else. But for me, it's like just seeing all these like-minded people, which is a good feeling. The best video on MTV ever had to be Whitesnake, Here I Go Again. Man, that song gets my adrenaline pumping. Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to be in this lane. I think those red candy canes mean I'm not supposed to. It's okay. Here I go again on my own, going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. Tabor Square here on the right. Always been there. I've never, well, we used to skate there. We'd get kicked out pretty fast. Cause I know what it means to walk along the lonely street of dreams. See this guy's license plate in front? I used to have this, so it was we called it a smoke cover over the license plate. Very illegal. And I used to get the inside of my smoke covered plate holder dirty. Whoa, look behind, hold on. There's a dude behind me with red lights. Maybe I can show you in the rear view. Look at this. Can you see that? He's got red, can you see it in here? He's got red lights facing forward. That's hella illegal. Speaking of illegal. Yeah, so I used to go to Checker Auto Parts or like AutoZone. And they would have it, oh, look at the dude's lighting up red all in the back over here. That's illegal, bro. We used to call that probable cause, and we didn't really want to talk to cops. We would always end up talking to cops anyway, but if you had tinted windows, if you had smoke-covered license plate holders, that's probable cause. They can pull you over. They would pull us over, immediately pull everybody out of the car, and then ask everybody individually where we were going and where we were coming from. And then they'd be like, hey, your stories aren't matching up, so somebody's lying to us. It was just that same thing all the time. So whenever we get pulled over, we're like, we're coming from Molly's house and we're going to the diner. Everybody say it. Molly's house diner. Okay. You can kind of, man, I'm blocking it with my hand, but can you see back here? He's got red front facing lights and then red fog lights and no white lights at all. And I also used to like seeing that because I'm like, that dude's probably gonna get pulled over before I get pulled over. All right, he's going on my right side now. It's this dude. Interesting. And I actually had this smoke covered plate holders when I moved to LA and I started getting pulled over. And they were giving me fix-it tickets. And I paid a couple of them. I think I paid 2 before I got tired of it. And then when I was working for the Rich Peeps, they had a security guard that was also a cop. And so if you turned the ticket over, you could have a cop sign off on the ticket as it being fixed. See, look at his red lights. That's illegal, bro. So I did at least 2 rounds of him writing off my ticket as being fixed. And then I got tired of it and I just went to no, oh, here's a cop right here. Went to no license plate cover. That's what happens when you get old. The system breaks you down. I might stop and get some food. I really didn't have time to grab anything. I brought some water, but I don't think the water is going to be enough tonight. Here's the state capitol in front of me. And the state capitol is 5,280 feet in the air. That's why the title of this stream, it says hashtag 5280. When you watch the Denver Nuggets play basketball, you'll see on their jerseys it says 5280. All over the city, you'll see like 5280 sandwiches and stuff like that. Ooh, look how pretty the library looks over here. Wow, I like that. And the torch on top, that's pretty. And as you walk up the steps to the state capitol here, one of the steps says you're now 5,280 feet above sea level. And that's why they call Denver a mile-high city. And then they changed it to Invesco. And now I think it's called Empower Stadium. Oh, this dude's riding dirty right here. March 7th? They see me rolling. Mitsubishi sedan. Is that a Lancer? It is a Lancer. That's the car that they let you start out with in Gran Turismo. Just to make you mad and encourage you to get some upgraded cars. Empower Field, that's right. Empower Field. And this is Colfax that we're on right now. I like this church right here. Cause I know what it means. Look at this surveillance. Wait. A lot of cameras. If you want to see a lot of CC cameras, closed circuit cameras, go to England. Everything there has little CC cameras. Whoa, bro. Didn't even look at me. Hey, thank you. I'm just seeing food on me, Lucy. Hey. Okay, well, I think we're gonna have to stop right now and handle that. She said hot dog. Here's One Up Arcade. Here's a bunch of scooter homies just getting wild. Oh, One Up Arcade. Jeez. A lot of scooters. Is this the red light district? It really is, yeah. This is the shadiest. Well, I don't want to say the shadiest because there are probably shadier areas, but this is the famous shady area, Colfax. This is Good Times, and this is the parking lot that my mom used to pick my friends and I up after we went to a concert right here. It says the Fillmore, but that used to be called Mammoth Event Center. And my mom used to sit in these parking lots and wait for us while we watched the concert, and she would read a book. My mom would read at least 2 books a day. She would just sit and read a book. That is an old school thing to do, just read a book. And then my dad used to play cards. When he grew up, there were no video games. You could either kick the can or you'd play cards, and he would play cards. Do you guys want anything? You guys want any good times? Is this where Jimmy went to for a date? Jimmy, I'm not sure. Jimmy Eats World? Jimmy Eats Good Times? Waves of the World knows what I'm gonna get. Caramel Frosty, yum. Hey, thank you, Ellie. 5 gifted memberships. Let's see who got them. Group Anonymous got one. Oh, Group Anonymous was lurking. Katya, Rick Lee, Jenna, and Frankie. Look, Frankie was an old school member, and Ellie put him back on the member side. And Herb Nickel Jr. got one. Thank you for doing that, Ellie. Large fries, liter of cola. Hey, that's Super Troopers. Liter of cola. I think I'm just gonna get some curds and whey. And by whey, I mean Oregon Blackberry Shake. Hi, Jeremy. Ooh, the Bambino sliders are very good. I don't think I can do it tonight, but they're good. Hi, Jeremy. Is the rent cheaper than LA? Oh my God, yeah. Linda and I were living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment in Orange County that was built in the 80s. It had tons of ants. It had horrible carpet. We were basically paying around the same rent as we are now. We each have our own office. We each have our own bathroom, which is so clutch. And it's actually beautiful. Like, it's a classy place. I think I just saw some lightning up there. I did a couple streams from home, kind of in the like December-ish area, I think. Oh, hold on, it's us. Yeah, you can see the inside of my office and the inside of my bathroom if you want to check it out.
Thank you for choosing Good Times. Please take your time and order when you're ready.
May I please have an order of cheese curds? And then also an Oregon Blackberry Shake, and that's all.
Okay, so unfortunately we stopped selling cheese curds about a week ago. We no longer serve them. Or the mac and cheese. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. I'll just do the Oregon Blackberry Shake.
You want a small, large?
A small, please.
Okay, and which shake is it?
Oregon Blackberry, please.
Oregon Blackberry, you got it. Anything else?
That's gonna be it.
All right, so it'll be $5.71, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you. No, I can't do the burger. I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not in the mood for the burger. How's it going? Actually, now that I'm right here, I kind of am. Hey, do you think I could add something?
Was your shake small or large?
Small. I could drive around again if you want. I was gonna do the 3 Bambinos, the with bacon.
The Supremos?
Yeah.
Do you want just the Bambinos or fries?
Just the Bambinos.
Okay, Bambinos. Anything else?
And the small shake.
All right, that'll bring it to 42. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you. That's very like me. Linda hates that. I'll get into these drive-thrus and just change my mind so much. I don't know what it is about me. It's pretty annoying. Here's a gyro place right here. I'm like a quarterback that is always calling an audible. You think you know what the play is, and I don't even know what the play is going to end up being. Blue 42. No, Omaha. And all the players are like, what? He's switching the play? Yeah. Hey, thank you. Look how rounded the bottom is. Anxiety is my guess. I've been pretty good on anxiety lately. Oh my God, look at this. So it's frozen custard. Look how thick that is. That's thick. Ooh, buddy. Oregon blackberry. Who's jealous? It says yummer. Oh, and Linda put spoons in the glove box. Oh, there's some Narcan in there. That's for dessert. I'm still rolling with a 4-pack of Narcan from the LA cruising days. It's working with the spoon. Condoms question mark? No. It's 10 p.m. here in Denver. So fortunately I don't need the spoon.
Did you get the shake already?
Yeah, I did.
There you go.
Thank you, bro. Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
All right. We got some Bambinos. I got the Bambino Supremos, which are bacon. So I was just saying I'm not in the mood for burgers. And then 13 seconds later, you know what bad axe throwing. There's also a break room over here where you can like slam plates around and break things. We had bacon cheeseburgers tonight, so good. Ooh, yum. Homemade. More and more, I've been trying to make my own stuff. One of the things, I think I talked about the turkey sandwich I make, but I really like the Boar's Head Pitcraft smoked turkey from, you can get it at Ralph's, you can get it at King Soopers. Boar's Head has really good meat, I think. It's expensive, but it's really good. And I like their Pitcraft smoked turkey. And then I'll get Dave's Killer Bread. Is this just a... Oh, this guy's walking the dogs. I saw 2 dogs, but they have an owner. Oh, 3 dogs. And then sometimes I'll get avocado. Sometimes I'll get lettuce if I'm feeling really healthy. Mustard. I'm really into pickles right now, so I will get these pickles. I think it's called Klaxon. They're pickles that are sliced flat for sandwiches. And then when I was at Costco a couple days ago, Linda got me Grillo's pickles, which are, if you go to Costco, you have to try Grillo's pickles. We used to see the billboard for Grillo's pickles in LA. Jeez, look at the top of this dude's car. What the heck? What are you putting on that? What is that? What? And Grillo's Pickles started making chips. Not potato chips, but like pickle chips. Ooh, This is the Wild Corgi Pub. Hey. So yeah, I have 2 different kinds of pickles right now. I really like a very subtle pickle. So I always try to go for kosher, which it almost tastes like it's just in water. I like a very low vinegar on my pickle. Grillo's #1. Boar's Head actually has an amazing pickle. If you ever go to the deli at like Ralph's or King Soopers, they'll have an old school jar there and you can get a big old fat pickle. Overpriced, but really good. Ooh, I was gonna take a right, but then I just saw a cop go by up here. So I'll have her order pickles on the side and then I'll just double up on my pickles. New driver, I don't believe you. You just want special treatment and I'll give it to you. Look at the fever money. Hey, what up, Sean35? Shout out to Terry Sparks if she's in here. Group Anonymous, you riding dirty? I'm not riding dirty, but I do have a Oregon Blackberry Shake. And then inside here are my Bambino Supremos. And Linda's texting me that I better be liberal on the napkins because she thinks I'm gonna spill it all over myself. And that's accurate. I do spill stuff all over myself. So this is Colfax. There are definitely some scandalous looking people out here. Myself included. To stop and check something real quick. Sleepy bear right here. Jeremy's smoking is not in fact about Jeremy smoking. Is that Jeremy's smoking grass today? So we're over by East High. I need to be careful because there are a lot of one-ways over here. We're known for going wrong way on the one-way. I missed the snow already. It's already hot in our apartment. This is a cool area. Why are you in Colorado? I'm home basing in Colorado right now. My wife and I came out last summer for some camping, and I asked her if she could see herself living here, and she said yes, and I pulled the trigger. I was like, yep, we're gonna move there for at least a little bit. Hey, Terry's in here. Terry Sparks, Sean35, bro, is a real question. How are my St. Louis Cardinals? Hold on real quick. I had to tighten up my bike hitch. I heard like some rattling back there, and I think it was because I had my bike on there the other day and I didn't really tighten it down the way I should have. Oh yeah, it stopped it. This is 17th Street. There is a diner over here. Actually, I think it's on 20th. There's a diner called Steuben's that I like, and they have wets, which are fries with gravy. In Canada, they call it poutine. Around here, they call it wets, W-E-T-S. But gravy on fries. Randy F on the super chat. Hey, thank you, Randy. Thank you, Ellie, for letting me know. Oh, let me pull over and read this. Hold on. Ooh, look at this little bar right here. This is the Crypt. Randy says, I need to give you my recipe for JJ's mild pickles, both sweet and hot. Ooh, please. That sounds amazing. Where Linda and I play pickleball, they have little pickle chips. Oh, did you see the lightning in the distance? Hopefully somebody did. At about 12 o'clock above the stoplights there's lightning. We're gonna see lightning and rain before the stream's over. This is Weather Vane. That kind of looks like Bjork, right? Oh man, it's so nice out. It says 71 degrees. Perfect. How was your pickleball game today? So the pickleball game went great. I started out, so there was a total of 7 games. I started out winning the first 5, and I was like, oh man, this isn't even gonna be fair. And then I lost the last 2. And losing the last 2 kept me out of the final. But that was actually a blessing because I was overdoing it and my calf started hurting. And for the final, they made the people play 3 different games, and I would have played myself. It would have been bad. This is called Vine Street right here. Little bar. Little restaurant. Yeah, so it all worked out. I did not get to the finals. I did have a couple people hating me because I was just killing it for a little bit. And that's not a way to make friends when you're just smacking people. But what can you do? Actually, Linda had an amazing day. Linda's been really good at the net. She's got some slams that are going in. And she looked really cute. She had on all black with like neon yellow shoes, neon yellow paddle, neon yellow name tag. Thank you again, Randy F. I appreciate that. I definitely will look forward to getting that recipe. And this dude is making an adjustment on the meter. It looks like an unauthorized adjustment. I am gonna try to find a safer place to get into these Bambinos. What is this girl saying? Say more gyros? Colorado Rockies, worst team in baseball. Hey, this guy's bowling on the right. Boom. Oh, hey, I'm better than that. Not a lot, but a little. Before Linda and I got the pickleball bug, we were bowling pretty much once a week. And now that we've been playing pickleball, we are kind of always like broken. We're always like hobbling around. using our red light wraps to do rehab. Linda's always icing things, like icing her ankle and wrists and stuff like that. Here's the lion's lair. Here's a dude just crossing the road. Oh no, he's not crossing, now he's racing. Pete's Lounge right there. This says Breezy Bowl and Chris Brown. And Jen Ieko. I don't know how to say that. Self-serve dog wash. A lot of dog wash spots here. This is the perfect weather to be outside. 72 at night is kind of perfect. Man, it's dark. One of the things about LA, there's so much light pollution that when you look up in the sky is pink. And then here you can find places where you look up and you see stars, especially if you go into the mountains. And it's just layers and layers of stars. It's really cool. Hey, thank you, Group Anonymous. I missed that. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. Hey, thank you. That's dope. And thank you, Mighty Bull. We are connectors building meaningful relationships. Live streamers. Hey, I like that too. Thank you very much. Group Anonymous, been in here for a long time. Thank you for that. And Mighty Bull, also in here for a very long time. Thank you both. That's dope. Drive-through liquor right here. Scooter Liquors. A lot of drive-through liquor places. In Denver, outside of Denver. I thought it was a thing everywhere, but not really in Southern California. Sean 35, member for 26 months. We have some OGs riding tonight. Sean, thank you so much. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Tomorrow, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Felzu. Scoot Liquor. Felzu, thank you so much. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Felzu. Thank you, Group Anonymous. And thank you, Mighty Bull. Boom, boom, boom. I think Felzu is a Coloradan. Still need to have a Colorado party. See who shows up. Let's see if we can get this guy to turn his lights on. Nope. He thought I was letting him turn. Oh, and he turned his lights on. 2 for 1. Eric C, what up, bruh? We have some OGs in here. Here's the Velvet Banjo, a jazz and pool hall. One Up Arcade, Barcade. Romantics, which is a adult store. It has an arcade of a different kind. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? That's terrible driving. Oh my goodness, bro. Horrible. Why would you reverse when there's oncoming traffic? Jump in tonight. Some sort of speakeasy. Oh, kidney care. I need to drop a pin right here. Bryce, what up? Good to see Bryce. Felzu, Pro Denver Drive-In. Yeah. There's some freestylers out tonight on the drive-in. Thank you, Felzu. I need to do a Colorado Springs stream, but I'm not super familiar. So I wasn't that familiar with Colorado Springs, and then Linda and I went down there recently, and then I was like, this is a completely different Colorado Springs than it was 2 decades ago. So yeah, I'm extra non-familiar with Colorado Springs because it's just grown so much. A lot of military peeps live in the Springs. Why do you think the library has the blue? See at the like 11 o'clock over there? Lord Soth, Night of the Black Rose, Jeremy traveling west on Colfax. Yo, Greater Colorado Springs is bigger than Rhode Island. That's true, I bet. How are you feeling, Terry Sparks? Library lover. Hi, Jeremy. How's your mom? Gracie, what up? She's doing okay. She's hanging in there. It's been a rough last 2 months for my mom, but she's not giving up. I kind of am interested in checking out what's just up in Wyoming. We used to go to Wyoming for 2 reasons. So my friends that drink, for some reason they would never plan ahead, and so it used to be that you couldn't buy liquor. You could only buy 3-2 liquor, which is like the stuff you can get in like a convenience store like 7-Eleven. So my friends used to drive to Wyoming to get alcohol on Sunday. You also couldn't buy a car on Sunday. I don't know if that's changed. And then my favorite thing to do, especially in July and right before July, late June, Colorado has outlawed fireworks for quite a while. But Wyoming loves fireworks. So you drive right up to the Colorado border, and as soon as you're like 1 step on the other side of the Colorado border, tons of tents. You buy a roll of 500, then they give you 500. So anything that you buy, they match it, so you get 2 for 1. So my friends and I used to all put our money in and get a ton of really nice fireworks. And then there would be cops sitting just inside of the, like, just on the other side of the border, but they couldn't get everybody. So sometimes they would catch you and then give you a ticket and confiscate whatever you had. And those people that just got their stuff confiscated would just go right back and buy the stuff again. It's almost like they tax it. That's what I remember. That's why I would go to Wyoming. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm going to take a Bambino slider, and then we're gonna walk up to the library and see what's going on. So here's my setup. Here's the phone I'm using to do GPS. Here's the phone I'm using for the chat. High quality H2O, Oregon Blackberry Shake. Put my hand right in the middle of it. Oh no. Here's what the inside of the slider is looking like. Pickle, bacon, burger, cheese, mayo in a slider, and then each one of these has its own little wrapper, so we can take this on its own. Let me get the gimbal ready. All Utah alcohol is 3.2 until more recently. Yeah, I was just in Park City not too long ago, and I found out that the state the state is responsible for selling all of the alcohol. Don't quote me on that, but somebody was saying that if you got a alcohol license, then you had to go through the state, and the state got its piece of that. So highly regulated. Felzu, if you were Area 51 guys, hey, that's cool. I know what you're talking about. The guy that he was like, I'm just gonna Naratu run right through Area 51. They can't get all of us. It's true though. Sherry, what up? Hey, Felzy, thank you very much. This is where Linda and I came to see the big Christmas tree. Linda and I are playing in a blacklight pickleball tournament next weekend. So the facility that we play, the whole inside is going to look like this. And then the pickleball is neon yellow or neon green. And then we're going to wear white and fluorescent colors and play blacklight pickleball, which I didn't know was a thing, but apparently a lot of different places have. They're fighting, it sounds like, too. So get ready to Naratu run back to the house, or back to the car. Am I saying that right? Probably not. I'm looking at the phone screen. Phone screen looks purple, but me looking at it with my human eyes, it's more black light. You dare me to go give this slider to that guy over there? I'm gonna see if he wants it. We have 2 other ones. This might be a bad idea. We're gonna find out. Hey, I have I've got an extra bacon cheeseburger. Would you like it? Yeah, here you go.
Because I'm not scared of the devil. We're all gonna die. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, please. I'm walking to Arapahoe Road now to avoid the controversy of me being on the Ridgeway train. Jennifer Lenore Booth.
Hey,
Y'all know who I am.
enjoy that burger.
I will. I bet it's cow.
It is cow.
Good. Doesn't help my tooth pain.
It's got
But
pork.
I'm not scared of the devil if you think that's what it is. That's not my husband.
It's got pork too. The bacon's pork.
Pork? Pork? Yeah, hooven. Does that make up for Kimberly not eating flesh? Probably not.
Who's Kimberly?
It is good. I threw a whip chat, so maybe that's my sin.
All right.
No.
Have a good night.
Kill us all. In God's name, amen. Under the two flags, like I said. I still ate the pickle anyway.
Oh yeah, there's a pickle in there too.
I know, I just got it.
Have a good night.
Still, Chris, you want
I was ready to run. I didn't need to though. I did some running last night after that bus. I had to drop it into a low gear and take off. This lady left a lot of party supplies over here. Should we check out what she left? Oh God, it stinks over here. Here's what she left. Nitrous cartridge, vapor, charger, possibly urine, I don't know. A playing card, yeah, stinks over here. Whippets, yeah. Whippets. That vape, that's called a, what's it called? Something bar. I can't think of what it's called. Very popular here. Oh, look. And then here's the state capitol. On April 20th every year. Oh, look. They used to have a hemp rally right here. And it would be held at high noon right in this park, Civic Center Park. And it was the one day, so back when marijuana was still illegal under the prohibition days, everybody would come here that smoked and have a hemp rally right here. And the cops were pretty chill about it. I really didn't see anybody getting harassed like that. And it would happen at high noon right here, Civic Center Park. And then this is where the Christmas tree was. And this is also where the Cinco de Mayo celebration was happening, all in here, where they had a bunch of like pop-up food shops and whatever. There's an event that well, not all, but a lot of different places that have food will set up a little booth, and then you'll buy tickets, and then you can sample all kinds of different food. It's pretty cool. I think they still have that. Taste of Colorado. And then this is the library, and this was very decorated around Christmas. You tell me what this is at the top. What is that? It kind of looks like an angel. It now kind of looks like an eagle. I don't know. Kind of looks like a turtle, a little bit. Turtle. And then right around the corner is the Mint, the Denver Mint, where they make monies. I went there in high school on a field trip, and we bought shredded dollar bills, which at the time I thought was cool. There are some awesome trees in this area. This is an epic tree. This is actually a good climbing tree. Wow, it's perfect. I'm gonna have to come back and get elevated right here. Mary Jane days. Yeah, Jeremy, it's a turtle with its ears up. Who doesn't love the smell of a skunk? That tree's been through some things. Yeah, Denver's got some rich history. Going all the way back into Native American days, some covered wagon days, some Donner Party, if you're familiar with that. Donner Party had a different idea of what's for dinner. I think I just read that the Stanley Hotel, where they filmed some of The Shining, I think that just got bought by a private entity. I have a friend. Does anybody remember my friend Ron? He hung out with us a couple times on stream. Black fellow, big into Halloween. He always comes on our Halloween. And he stayed at the Stanley Hotel and did the Red Rum tour. He said it was dope. I have not had the honor of doing that myself. All right, we made it through. I think this is where I'm going to eat one of these burgers after I hit the hand sanitizer. Here's my gimbal. It folds down like this. It's about this big. It actually, hold on. These are 2 lights. So you can go full selfie mode if you're into that. I'm not. Well, I say I'm not as I'm in selfie mode right now. Danny's not here, Mrs. Torrance. Has Danny ever told you anything about this place? About the Overlook Hotel? It doesn't look like the picture, but still looks good. Here's bite number 1. Eric C, love you back. The Stanley is a great getaway. Oh, it's buffering a little. There used to be an airport here in town called Stapleton Airport. Just outside of town. The planes would land and go over the road, kind of like by LAX. Donald Fielding, respect fearless leader. Jeremy, to all the homies, love you all. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Donald. This next bite is for you, Donald. That lady, I gave her the burger and she said something like, I bet it's a cow. And I go, yeah, it's a cow. I said, but there's also pork on there. And she said something about pork. And then she took a bite and she goes, there's a pickle. It's true. Pickle's good. Are shrooms legal in Colorado? Affirmative. They legalized a guy selling mushroom chocolates just out on the street, very casually. There are shops that you can go in and buy spores and then grow your own mushrooms. Pretty cool. I know a lot of people that just have mushrooms just chilling. They really don't even eat mushrooms. They just have them for guests or whatever. But yeah. Crazy. When I was going to high school here in the 90s, pot was illegal, mushrooms were illegal. Now pot's legal, mushrooms are legal. We're living in crazy times, my friends. Chocolate, wow, I want to try that. So this is the shake I have, Oregon Blackberry Shake. It's got a nice little cup, it's a rounded cup. Wow. It was really good. Mushroom pot pies. That's funny. While I finish this burger, I'll take a couple questions. I'm going to take questions first from the members. So if you have a question for me, put red hearts on both sides of the question so that I know it's a question. And I'm going to try to prioritize the members first to make sure that the members get their questions in. I'll try to take 3 questions while I finish this burger. Microdose is good for depression and anxiety. That's true. Do you listen to The Fray? No, but I should, right? I don't listen to The Fray, but I'd like to. The Fray. What's one of their more popular songs? I probably do and just don't know it. How did pickleball go? It went well. Dan the man, what up? It went well. I won, so I had 7 games today. Won the first 5, lost the last 2. How to save a life. Okay, that's funny. My mom had a friend here, and her son was the lead singer of the Fray. Lead singer, I think. Yeah, my mom was always like, I have a connection. Do you want me to see if I can get you together with this guy? And I was like, no, like, I don't want you to set up a play date with a popular dude. Like, come on. My mom was like, are you sure I could do it? I'm like, no. My mom was just trying to flex. I do know that song. Will I stay up with you all night? And something how to save a life. That's all I know. Any plans on going to Cali in the near future? Barbara Thompson. Yes, I will be there in the next couple weeks. I'll be there at the beginning of June. So I'll see you in the streets of LA very soon. Michael Simpson's in here. What up, Michael? LEE is back. LEE is gracing us with her presence this weekend. Shamey Cakes dated the original bassist. Wow, that's crazy. Jeremy, are you going to stop by and see Michael Stax? Oh, that just scared me. Oh my God, this dude scared the shit out of me right now. He came up to the window. He's got a weird vibe. He came right up to the window and then he peeled off. Yeah, so we'll definitely see Michael next time we're in Boulder. Maybe not next time, but sometime soon. That's our friend that plays live music on Pearl Street. When will you be back in LA? For how long? I don't know how long yet, but very soon. Next couple weeks. And did he pee on your car? I hope not. Most of the scanners are encrypted. So there are some scanners that we could be listening to in Denver. The only reason I liked listening to the scanners... I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth open. I'm trying to do two things at once. The reason I don't listen to the scanners here is because I was... they just turned the lights off on the library. We made it right in the nick of time. I could turn on... Do you want me to turn on the LA scanner right now? Hold on. I will. We'll listen to a couple calls in LA. See what we're going to get into in a couple weeks. So I don't love listening to the scanner. I love listening to what's called Hot Shot channel, which is the high priority calls in LA. And it's a clean feed. So this is it right here.
Cable team.
What I don't...
Suspect hitting her husband's vehicle outside and the pair went back into her apartment. I'm updating the comments now.
Guy that's walking by right now has full sunglasses on. He looked like the lead singer of Alice in Chains. So the reason that I like listening to the Hot Shots channel, number one, it's clean. It doesn't have that like squelch, that kind of stuff. I can't stand that. I listen to a lot of good music. I'm very like picky about what I put in my ears. I like the high priority calls if they're coming through in a clean way. So this is the LA scanner right now. Yes, a trip back to Minneapolis, Jeremy. That'll be fun. Maybe Sonia will host me. You're an audiophile, yeah. I really am into like high quality headphones. I've been listening to HD.
Vermont 108, officer needs help northeast corner of Vermont 108. Air 16 has suspect fighting with officers in the backyard.
See?
Hey, are you going to come on? Please frequency Air 16.
They're calling for airship backup. Hey, Shannon Hansen. Angels just beat the Dodgers second night in a row.
Sufficient units at this time.
Oh, they called in the airship and then they just called it off. So when I was living in Orange County, Mama Hill and Shannon took me to 2 different Angel games. And they were the ones that introduced me to Otani. And then Shannon was very, like, when Otani was deciding whether to rejoin with the Angels or go somewhere else, Shannon was, like, very nervous. And then it ended up that he went to the Dodgers, and she was not happy. So I'm happy that the Angels bested the Dodgers. Could we get an update on Pioneer Kitty? That would be amazing. The woman that adopted Pioneer Kitty is living in Bakersfield. I will try to get either an update. I'm not going to promise that we're going to have a reunion soon, but we'll see. Maybe she'll do a FaceTime. Maybe she'll invite us. I don't know. That would be really cool. Mama Hill in the chat. Member for 30 months. Angels for the win. Has anybody ever seen Angels in the Outfield with Danny Glover? I used to watch that when I was a little tot. Hey, we have some OGs in the chat tonight. What up, Shannon? What up, Mama? What up, Ellie? What up, Heidi? Sonia, Donald, T. Lucero, Amy, Randy, Terry, GH, WW, Orion, Steph. I love Angels in the Outfield. Is that when he says funky butt lovin'? I don't know. Maybe. I love Angels in the Outfield. Okay, let me handle one more bite of this. The bun's grilled on the inside, and there's bacon. And then here's the burger and the cheese.
565 is code 6 Laguna and Anaheim on a black Lexus snowflake.
Where does the phrase perfect come from? That's Street Fighter. So I used to play Street Fighter. I would be Guile or Ryu or Ken, Blanca. I would, if you beat a character, it would come up on the screen and it would say perfect, 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 perfect. That's where that comes from. It's from Street Fighter. Denver's encrypted. What a bummer, but Boulder isn't. My guilty pleasure is to listen. Thank you very much, Ellie. 5 more gifted. Joe's Lawn and More got one. Thank you, Joe's Lawn and More. Kristen P got one. Whodat ATX got one. And Irene. Thank you for doing that, Ellie. That's dope. Thank you. Zach Stuff on the gifted membership. Dev for 20 months. We have a lot of OGs in the house tonight. Shout out to Lynette Marie that got Zach's membership. Thank you to Ellie and Zach for both holding it down for me tonight on the mod and on the gifted memberships. Thank you both. What up, Dev? Thank you, Dev, for leaving the timestamps. Thank you, Dev. I like green Harrods. I don't know what Harrods are. Okay, let's cruise a little bit. Let me get a little more shake. So we're listening to the LA scanner. Just for nostalgia. Oh, Funky Butt Lovin' is from Rookie of the Year. Thank you, Donald. Sometimes I confuse Rookie of the Year and Angels in the Outfield. The kid from American Pie was in Rookie of the Year. I think that's right. He's a friend of my friend Adam Ray. And Adam Ray is a fan of Rookie of the Year and Angels of the Outfield. So yeah, thank you for correcting me, Donald Fielding. Funky Butt Lovin' is from Rookie of the Year. I didn't think I'd be saying that tonight.
6A76.
Shannon was the one that got me into Sax Squatch. It's a guy that plays saxophone in a Sasquatch costume. And every once in a while I'll pop in there and I see Turtle Butt in the chat. And I think Turtle Butt went to the concert.
Wait, this was code 4. Suspect's Joy.
Julie Gomez. Did I miss your question? Hold on.
You're coming up broken, repeat.
I'm gonna go back and see if I missed your question. Sorry, I know I'm skipping around a little bit. Mama Hill, what up? Ace Boogie, Shook Ones Part 2. That's one of my favorite songs ever. I'm a huge Mobb Deep fan. I know every word to Shook Ones Part 2. Actually, that whole album, one of my favorite albums. I can go front to back on that. I love that album. Bubba Sizemore, what up?
Incident 4394.
Jack, what up? If you build it, they will come. That was Field of Dreams was filmed in Iowa. That was like the only claim to fame Iowa had for a minute. Donald Fielding, thank you for the gifted membership. Yap Hazard got it. Thank you, Donald. Thank you for doing that. Dang, we have a lot of people hooking it up tonight. Something random. If you want an awesome quartz watch, excuse me. I do have this is the watch that I wrecked my e-bike. This is my white G-Shock. It's all skid marked up right here. This is my lucky watch because when I wrecked my e-bike, I was skidding like this, and the watch stopped me from pushing my hand all the way into the back of my wrist. So yeah, this is my lucky watch. This saved my wrist that day that I flew off my e-bike. So I need to stay with this watch. But I did, my doctor recommended that I get an Apple Watch to stay on top of my heart murmur. So I went to go get some blood work this week, and she put the stethoscope on my chest, and she said, did you know that you are skipping a beat every 10 beats on your heart? I was like, no. And she's like, you have a heart murmur. I was like, oh, okay. Is that bad? She's like, it's not great, but it's not terrible. It's right in the middle. So yeah, I have a heart murmur. So she was like, get an Apple Watch and it will just keep you on top of stuff. It'll give you a notification if something scary is happening to you. All right, let's drive a little bit. That was a lot of questions. Sorry if I missed your question. I was just trying to get to as many as I could. I don't see a lot of live streamers taking questions, so I think that's a cool thing to do. Ooh, that's a nice bike. There's an art piece up here. This is the museum. Really cool museum. They had a Da Vinci exhibit in here that's really cool. I think it was called Flying Machines. They made a bunch of Leonardo da Vinci's sketches of flying machines. This is a big red chair with a life-size horse standing on the chair. We've checked it out a few times. I think last time I walked over there, it was super cold out. And I think Dev looked up the actual name of it and put it in the what's it called? Timestamps. Life-size horse standing on a chair for no reason other than it's art. It's like magic. You don't have to explain anything. It's just magic. Same thing with art.
Rapid SOS location. Any ID not verified. PR stated she was being assaulted and disconnected the line. Code 3 incident 4525 RD 044 units identified.
So this is not the scanner here in Denver. This is the LA scanner that we're checking out.
David, pat it down already. RD 1063.
I'm 9015, I'm 90 code.
We're both code 6, Union Station.
Oh, that's the Art Institute right here, upper right, where it says the Art. Jolie, hey Jeremy, how y'all doing tonight? I'm feeling good. I was actually really tired. I was going to start the stream by telling everybody I think this might be a short stream because I was super tired. But now I'm 2 hours in and I think I could probably do another 40 minutes or so. What up, KD? Would it get my email? I'm going to give you a follow-up for your continued healing. Hey, that means a lot. Thank you. Hello, Voltage. That's a dope comment. Thank you very much. Some cool buildings over here. This is History, Colorado. They have a 90s exhibit. So my dad didn't care at all about museums. 0% interest in museums. And then my mom, 110% interest in museums. So I'm very thankful. Oh, look at all the people right here. I'm very thankful for both of my parents. They made me well-rounded. Peyote Mexican food, Mexican seafood. I still wonder why my parents were together as long as they were. They ended up getting a divorce. Here's Club Vinyl. But I had two polar opposite personality parents. But it did end up making me kind of well-rounded. The stuff my dad was into is like the opposite of what my mom was into. I said earlier that my mom used to read 2 books a day. Never saw my dad read a book. But he used to do like all the Scrabble stuff in the newspaper. Thank you very much, Frog Zimmerman. Oh, I just missed some very interesting outfits. Maybe I can see just a little bit right here. Nope. Yeah, I think my dad... So both my parents were in the generation where they didn't really have a lot of diagnosis on certain things. I think maybe my dad was like on the spectrum. He was very intelligent. So he would just knock out Sudoku puzzles, word jumbles, all that kind of stuff. My dad was like a savant at that sort of stuff. And then my mom was always a journalist. She had columns in several newspapers. She would always write books and articles and things. But just very opposite people. My parents used to stay in 2 separate bedrooms and then roommates instead of a mom, dad, and sister. I kind of had 3 roommates. They weren't allowed in my room. I wasn't allowed in their room. Privacy was a big thing in my family. You needed permission to do whatever. Like, we respected each other's privacy. And at the time, I was like, I'm so weird. I'm watching Leave It to Beaver and Growing Pains, and I'm like, my family is just so weird. And they were. But now I kind of see it as being well-rounded. I just had a very different rearing from both parents. And then my sister, who's 4 years older, always tried to be my second mom, for better or for worse. And so she's very smart too. And so she would always kind of try to tell me what to do. So yeah, it's like a step grandparent. After my grandma died, my grandpa remarried and I got another grandma. And then I had even a 4th grandma for a while, this really beautiful lady. She was so sweet to me. She kind of unofficially adopted me for several years. I don't need official paperwork with stuff like that. If somebody cares about me and takes care of me, then you're family. Like, that's all it takes. I don't need anything official other than that. If you take care of me, then that's all it takes. So I got very lucky with the parents. I got very lucky with the grandparents. And I wouldn't be where I am today without my friend group. I have such a eclectic group of friends, all different everything, like such a variety of people. So yeah, that's all of the different spice that's going into my witch's brew that makes up my personality. You can't really say that I'm not unique. I'm very unique, and that's maybe for better or for worse, but we're holding down that unique category. My zooming stopped working. Oh wait, there we go. I said that. Frog Zim Zimmerman. That's such a cool name. Frog Zim Zimmerman. Was I buffering during that whole like?
2 to 4 male Hispanic light complexion, wearing yellow and light color clothing. Physically assaulting a male Hispanic light complexion, wearing a red shirt. Code 3 and 10457 236. 5/16/2025 at 1400 hours with unknown clothing.
I was buffering during that whole thing. Perfect.
Adhesive carpenter, white pickup, repeat the flight you recovered.
1 Adam 1, you can take incident 4524. Thank you.
It's a challenge. Oh, this is a SRT to my right. It's a challenge to multitask with all these different things. I've been very fortunate. One of the biggest fears I have out here is that somebody's going to be froggering across the road and I won't see him and I'll hit him. So the number one thing I'm trying to do is get back safely at the end of the night. It was way more of a challenge in LA. I would go 45 minutes from Orange County to LA at the beginning, then 45 minutes back home. All of the sketchy stuff I was running over in LA. Here's the RTD bus. Then here's an SRT right here racing us. I knew he was gonna take off. We always get raced. I feel so fortunate to have gotten away with all of the stuff that we got away with on those LA streams. Some extremely sketchy nights. And that's why when people are like, Denver's boring, this dude's just walking in the road. I think that I kind of owed it to my family, my wife, my mom, the people that care about me. I kind of deserve to give them a little break from the anxiety of me doing sketchy stuff, because I was putting myself in a lot of like dangerous scenarios. A lot of it was, working out well, but how long can you get away with that kind of stuff before something bad happens?
3007 Future Street.
But I just kind of felt desensitized to it. I was seeing crazy stuff so much that I was like, I got this. I'll be all right. That was the mantra.
From Imperial all the way up to like 117.
And I also have, people really didn't know, but I have so many safe houses in LA. I have the 20 years that I was rolling around that area. I have so many friends that were like mug to my friends. Like, I wouldn't be anywhere without my friends. I get by with a little help from my friends.
872, gonna get registration expiration as well.
Bullshit units in 7847, 7847. Shooting just occurred Orlando and Willoughby, Pierre heard one gunshot. People heard screaming, code 3, incident 4589 and RD 701.
Gunshots, screaming, par for the course.
FB 523, Roger, we're gonna be working as FB 523.
You're
You
coming
were
up as
doing
coming
great
to
things.
113.
That was the other thing too. There was a lot of downtime in between calls, and I would try to take people on little sightseeing journeys. And then when I could, I would try to leave things better than I found them. That's something that my mom always instilled in me. My mom was like, if you leave things better than you found them and other people do the same, the world will be a better place. And so I just always tried to make that happen, even if I could just do it in little spurts here and there. And then because we had a big audience for a while, we had a big reach, I got a P.O. box and people started sending us supplies. And it started out just giving out like peanut butter and crackers, medical supplies, different things like that. And then at the height, we were giving people tents, sleeping bags. We had a hygiene kit. We had a food kit. I'm very proud of all that stuff that we did. And when I say we, it was definitely we. It was people from this chat that were sending in those supplies. The flip side to that was I've never gotten so much hate mail in my entire life. People telling me that I was the problem. I wish I was out there getting free snacks and tents and sleeping bags. Are you gonna run the red? Bro. And that was educational for me. I didn't really think that I would be a lightning rod for people to be like, you're the problem for trying to help. That was crazy to me. And since I have kind of taken a break on that, the hate mail has really died down too, which is crazy. But huge shout out to Ellie. Ellie bought so many different packs of wool socks, tents, supplies, sleeping bags. Everybody did, but Ellie really went above and beyond. So many amazing high quality things. And I felt good about that. I feel like I left the place better than I found it. And I did that for myself. I did it because that helps me feel good about that. Because I could. There have been times in my life where I can't help for all kinds of different reasons. Don't have the money, don't have the energy. Maybe I'm sick, maybe I just can't help, and I don't help. And so to take advantage of the times that I could and know that I did, that is good. That helps me sleep at night.
Sheriff's Department, your victim in the ER lobby.
Ooh, we're downtown, so this is downtown Denver, 18th Street. Light rail station right here. Light rail tracks on my left. I think we're approaching the intersection where I parked on the light rail tracks. Bunch of scooter girls right there. Also, on and off stream, I made a lot of friends with the people that were living out on the street because I would just see them so frequently. I'm really horrible with names. My wife Linda is amazing with names. She meets somebody and she knows their name for life. I don't remember anybody's name, but I am really good at remembering faces. Really, really, really good. And then I'm also good at visual. Like if I met this guy, I would remember him from this area. And I would just kind of run into the same people over and over again. And they would remember me too. And just kind of checking up on certain people. So it's cool. More than the supplies, people just kind of wanted to be acknowledged, I found. And a lot of people would thank me and say, like, people just look through us like we're a window or a ghost. They don't acknowledge us at all. Thank you for just like treating us like a normal person for a little bit. So yeah, I hope that some of that rubbed off on other people and they saw how much it meant to those people to have those interactions, and then they did it too. There's the big blue bear. Oh look, this is a sign that I should have checked out before. So we parked on these light rail tracks here, and then I was like, maybe I should back up, and I backed up, and then the light rail went right over where we were parked. Boom. And I'll be forever grateful to all the people that helped us with those food packs, hygiene packs, sleeping bags. I got to be the delivery boy, and I just got to like share that moment with those people, and it was a special thing. When I first moved out to LA, I didn't have a place to stay. I had an internship, but I didn't have a living situation locked down. And so for the first few months that I was there, I was staying in the back of my Jeep. And then after a while, I was like, man, every week that I can stay in the back of my Jeep, I'm saving this amount of money. And so it ended up that I spent 4 or 5 months in the back of my Jeep, and it was really, really bad. The sun would go down at like 6 p.m. and then you don't have a place to sit. Like, you could sit up in the front seat, but I would kind of just lay down in the back, and it sucked. And peeing in bottles, showering at fitness clubs. Every once in a while, staying on one of my friends' couches, and that would be like an upgrade. But when I finally got, one of my friends had a roommate that moved out, and I finally got an apartment, or a room in an apartment, and I stayed on a pile of clothes in that room, and that was amazing. Just to have a door to close was amazing. And then a friend of mine upgraded their bed and gave me their old bed, and to have a bed was life-changing. Oh, this person got pulled over right here. And then just slowly upgrading bit by bit from that, and it gave me a huge appreciation for a lot of things. And I can't tell you how many times I'm trying to fall asleep at night, and I'm just feeling thankful for all the different things in my life going right. Oh my God, this guy just almost got hit. Bro. The light turned green and he just froggered across the street. Yeah, and so I think without realizing it, the hard things that people have been through in their lives, it can end up making the sweet times that much sweeter, because you can reference the times that things weren't going right. And I have had some emails from people that are like, you know what, you said this and it made me appreciate the things that are going right, and the health that I do have, the fortunate scenarios that I am a part of. Yeah. Heather whatever says attitude is everything. It really is. Like, perspective is everything. I don't know what this whole like life party is really about. It seems like it's just a big summer school. The reason I think that is because, oh God, this dude just almost hit me on the left. Bro. It seems like a lot of times in life I've had to learn the hard way, but I really learn when it's the hard way, unfortunately. And so that's why I think life is kind of like a big summer school. It's like sometimes you go through things over and over in your life. Maybe you just didn't learn the lesson. Maybe it's something that you really still have to soak in. Shannon Hansen, happy birthday to Jolie and Jack. Thank you for reminding me. I think last night people were reminding me. Maybe it was the night before. Huge shout out to Jolie and Jack. 2 very special members of the chat. Hope you guys have a great birthday. And thank you, Shannon, for the... oh, this dude's swerving, bro. This dude's swerving. Whoa. He's doing pretty well right there. This is 20th Street. So this is where Coors Field is. Home of the Colorado Rockies. Worst... Oh, look at this guy. Just making his own rules. Colorado Rockies, I think, are 6-30, something like that. Huge happy birthday shout out, Jolie and Jack. Thank you, everybody in the chat, wishing them happy birthday.
Santa Monica, target. Cozy within 44740, 852. Unit 10 lights on the target.
This is I think a 24-hour cannabis station.
Alvarez, come up.
A lot of those around here. A lot of smoking lounges. That's kind of like the equivalent of what an alcohol bar would be. You can go in and buy like whatever you want to smoke and then just kind of chill and be with other people that enjoy that. Pretty cool. And this is kind of the hot spot. This area is called Lodo, lower downtown. This is where the bars are. And this is where the outfits get crazy. We saw some shorty shorts last night. Some party girls out here. As you can see, tons of people everywhere partying. If you... Oh, they just threw a drink out the window right there. If the Denver Nuggets win the NBA championship like they did in 2023, I'm going to be right here. This is where I was June of 2023 when they won. I watched the last part of the game right here at Wonder Yard. They have a big outdoor, see that screen right there? That's where I watched the last of the fourth quarter. There's a basketball player named Aaron Gordon. He's on the Nuggets. He came out and was running around in the street out here with the fans. That was epic. Gracie, happy birthday to you. Look at the little pup putting in work on these little corn dog legs. Dip, 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 dip. This dog wants to eat the little dog, it looks like. I feel very lucky to be here. This is such a chill city. I'm fully aware that it doesn't have the action that I let people get used to for several years live streaming in LA, but for me personally, it was a really good mental health holiday. Don't know how long I'll be here, but I'm enjoying it while it lasts. There's a cop up here to my left that looks like they might have somebody detained. Oh, and I started yapping, but this is the LA Scanner. We're listening to it live. Just as like a throwback.
Sector code 30 on veteran.
He's there to watch.
19U3, response to the Wash Matters office.
Continue to Roger.
36, Roger.
I'm going to be out of the chat just for a second. This is the area where you have to be driving with all of your A game. A lot of people in the street right here. Here's the cop.
1355 Ana Benita de Cortez. 5 unknown people on e-bikes riding up and down the location, possibly attempting to break into locations. No description given. Closed. Incident 4636.
This is where Linda and I play pool, Zanzibar. They have some pool tables in there. A hot spot bar.
123, Roger, thank you.
Seems like somebody's always having like a medical emergency right here.
I to cancel them off.
Breathing approximately about 50 years of age. Complaining about pain in the back.
Scruffy Murphy's Bar.
To the GC.
Raj.
This bar looks pretty bumping right here.
1712 Westbrook.
Some goth girls getting in an Uber. And the Uber is from Pennsylvania.
13.
That's a 2-door Uber. So somebody just had to get in the, they had to get in the back seat. I think we just got hit.
Any transit unit to meet 31.
Actually, I think one of these people tapped the back of my car. I thought this car hit me, but I think one of these pedestrians just like smacked the back of the car. I thought we got rear-ended for a second. Oh, bro.
4536.
See, I told you, things are getting wild right here.
7 Langdon. No T units available at this time. 25 Western and King.
Thank you to Heather Whatever for joining the members.
520 and 521.
Heather, thank you for that.
30.
And Jolie and Jack, Jolie and Jack, Jolie and Jack.
717A67, are you clear?
I like this dude's orange shoes.
Come in. It's on 4442.
Roger, 651.
He's got the Denver Broncos shoes on.
Calling. They just want to make sure that they can have the train still run through the station, just not stop at that location.
So, yeah, confirmed.
Alright. 331. Can you make a closest location? Just the Metro Flower side. And can I get an RA for a male, approximately 65 years old, constant breathing, complaining with induced fall.
Charlie and you're talking over each other. You know what the RA request repeats. Roger.
So look at all the cops staged right here.
Okay, well, go ahead.
They know that things get saucy down here.
See if there's a secondary crew coming out.
Look, they even have an incident command post.
Here with this down power line still.
Roger, step back.
They know
Did I identify only?
that if it gets spicy, it's gonna be spicy right here.
And
This intersection, this is where 10 people got shot that night that the Nuggets won. Hold on. Oh, wee.
So this is unit sport and PA to handle 4-5 Sunset.
2757.
Always running the red. Wrong side of the road. The night that the Nuggets won, I saw a dude up on this, climbed up here and was like jumping up and down on that. Oh, look at her skirt. It's like a flapper. Hey, what are you doing with that hand, bro? It's like a flapper dress. He's making sure that her fanny is supported. It's a good friend.
Roger, I'm clear. Thank you.
539 clear. 20 Roger, today 25 years responding at 504.
There's a lot of traffic right here.
We
We found the hot spot. Be prepared for some buffering because this is usually when it goes down, when there are a lot of people competing.
Train 367 for Route Ellen.
A lot of summertime outfits out here. 71 degrees. And we have a half hour before it turns into Sunday morning. We're still in Saturday right now.
Wonder Roger, thank you.
18
Mama Hill is a flapper. Hey, oh, did you see him do the wheelie? Oh, he's doing a wheelie on a little mini bike. Sketch, bro. Did you see the girls that just almost got hit? And then this dude's dressed like Beetlejuice. Or maybe he just got off work at Foot Locker. Or maybe he's a ref. I don't know. That outfit is official. Like a ref with a whistle. He's officially looking like Beetlejuice. Did you guys hear about the convicts that escaped? I was reading this story earlier today. These convicts escaped recently, within the last week. They tunneled behind the toilet of the prison that they were in. And before they escaped, they wrote on the wall, "Too easy." Yeah, Louisiana. And they wrote right on the wall, "Too easy."
Roger, now, shows roughly.
663, Roger.
I really like the Coen brothers, and they have a movie called Brother, Where Art Thou? And also one of my favorite Coen brothers movies is called Raising Arizona with Nicolas Cage. If you haven't seen Raising Arizona, you need to watch that tomorrow. Don't even wait till Monday. Watch it immediately. One of the best movies. Holly Hunter, Nicolas Cage.
Boulevard, good 2 and 10 4678 or 1822.
Dan. Oh, what's his name? Dan from Roseanne Show. Oh, I can't think of his name right now.
18873.
No way. Why can't I think of his name?
14827 responding code in George Story. Where do you need it?
The guy from Arachnophobia. Yeah, John Goodman. Wow. That's a huge L for me. I love John Goodman. I can't believe I did that. If you're watching, John, I'm sorry, bro. You're the best.
18 George 35, never.
Oh, this guy's selling some bacon wrapped right here. Eli Gemstone. My friend Adam Ray is close friends with Adam Devine. Adam Devine's on Mighty Gemstones.
1849, post-out traffic. You can,
And then one of my favorite actors of all time, Danny McBride. One of my favorite series of all time, Eastbound and Down. I could just watch that on loop over and over and over, all 3 seasons. Look, she has the rear view mirror that's a video camera.
832 Darby Avenue, 832 Darby Avenue, code 34677 or 1004.
Jeremy, what kind of truck are you driving? This is a Jeep SRT. It's a 6.4 liter Hemi. Jeep SRT. And I just took it into the mechanic last week. I have a big oil spot underneath the vehicle in my garage, and so I took it into the mechanic, and he said, "You have a leaking gasket, and in this vehicle we can't get to that area unless we pull out the entire transmission." And I didn't know if he was telling me the truth or not, so I went and got a second opinion. I took it to a different mechanic, paid $270 for them to diagnose it, and they came back with the same thing. They said it's going to be about $2,000. We have to pull out the transmission. We have to completely take off the oil pan, clean all that up, and then fix that gasket, put everything back together. So I'm about to pay $2,000 and just get the vehicle back with no upgrades. I feel like I've bought this vehicle like 6 times over just in the repairs. So anybody thinking about getting this vehicle, be sure to get the warranty. For a while I had what's called the Max Care warranty. It's offered by Jeep, Max Care. And you would just pay like $100 deductible and then they would fix it. But I lost that after 100,000 miles. And now I'm at 137,000 miles, which is pretty crazy. I pulled this car off of the lot at 0 miles. Actually, I think it had 5 miles when I got it. Ooh, these girls look cold. You don't wear a backless shirt and then say, "Why is it so cold out here?" Todd Carnifax, what up? Cap, what up? That's a 10. I'm trying not to get, they're playing a lot of music. Trying to stay out of the copyright strike zones. This is the bar I used to be a bouncer at. Right, her Jaguar room. They're playing She's Dancing Like a Stripper. That song is She's Dancing Like a Stripper. Very classy. Jeremy running the door. Yeah, I didn't do that very often. It was right before I moved to California. I was a bouncer probably less than 2 months, but I was lucky enough to be there for New Year's Eve, and that's when the generous handshakes were flowing. Hey, what's this guy serving over here? Elote and caliente pero. Hey, that smells good actually. Bacon, hot dogs, and elote. I have seen Linda eat both of those. Linda loves elote. She loves street corn. Oh, that person just scootered across the street. There are some sketchy drivers out here tonight. Oh, and he's going 1 foot. Look at him. Bro. Sketch. Here's Coors Field, home of the Colorado Rockies. 6-30 for the year. Right there, Colorado Rockies. Memorial Day weekend versus the Yankees. That's not going to go well. I'm calling it right now. When I was in Little League, they used to have a mercy rule where if you were getting beat by 10, I think it was 10, they'd just call the game off. And then everybody would just go to the snack shack and start eating Laffy Taffy and reading the jokes on the wrapper.
Female Hispanic, wearing a black shirt, a dark flannel, blue jeans, and possibly black Converse style shoes. Additional incident 4679.
Put 4 suspect in custody.
I'm still working on this Oregon blackberry shake. It's still firing too.
They had an additional code 3 call 1714 sheet identified.
Motorcycle dude is swerving.
08, I take 337.
I just saw some scandalous outfits right there too.
Yes, 37 Roger.
This car on my right there, that Infinity, that's either a stolen car or that's his mom's car. He's about to race it on the right. Watch. See? I have a sixth sense when it comes to where the racers are. We have one vehicle right now, this Jeep, and Linda drives it. And she's always coming back from running errands, and she's like, this person tried racing me. That's like her catchphrase whenever she comes back. This person pulled up and just started racing me. This vehicle just attracts that kind of vibe. They must think she's like the girl from Fast and Furious, Michelle Rodriguez. She's both fast and furious. It's a dope combo. Excuse me. So this is where it all started for us tonight. Back by the skate park. Looks like the lights are already off. We left a sombrero there on May 4th. Hopefully somebody from the stream got it. I put it up high enough that hopefully somebody was able to go get it. Happy birthday, Susie. Happy birthday, Jolie. Happy birthday, Jack, Gracie. Anybody else that was celebrating a birthday, maybe Ryder.
One 1395 Doheny. Correction, 6863, your ETA. 34.
So tomorrow, I'm about to end the stream. I'm gonna go home, get some sleep. Linda and I are playing pickleball tomorrow for probably 6 hours. And unfortunately, I'm gonna be playing pickleball while the Nuggets game is going on. The Nuggets game starts at 1:30. And so I'm gonna be watching the game on my iPad. Anybody that's sending good vibes to my Nuggets, it's a huge game. It's a game 7. We already won one game 7 versus the Los Angeles Clippers. That was a crazy game, but we pulled it out. 6 hours. I hope that I can get 6 hours of sleep tonight. That'd be great. This guy giving a... Oh, I thought he was giving a piggyback ride. That's just his backpack. So he's got a sack of potatoes. To everybody that hung out with me tonight, thank you so much. I love this community. And as long as I can come out and be the chauffeur, be the conductor of the band. Oh, hold on. Piggyback, homie. We're gonna let him go. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating a birthday this month. I will be going out of town. I'm going to be in Seattle at the end of May. I'm going to be in LA at the beginning of June. I have a couple other trips planned too, but some of the dates are kind of still up in the air. I will always keep you posted on what's going on the community page on YouTube. So if I'm not streaming, if I am streaming, if there's some change, that's where you'll find the update, the community post page on YouTube. Thanks to everybody that stays so chill in the chat. I really do think that we have the best community on YouTube. I go into other people's chats and sometimes it just gets so out of hand. I think my mods do an amazing job. Shout out to Matt, shout out to Ellie, shout out to Zach. Please go check out Zach's channel. He has a channel on YouTube. It's called Zach's Stuff. He does reviews on knives. I have a knife on me right now. I don't need it, but I have it. And to everybody that comes back here weekend after weekend just to spend time with me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to switch it up a little bit this summer, depending on the schedule. I'm going to try to incorporate some home streams. I've been having some difficulty with the setup, and so I don't want to light up a home stream and then have you watch me fight with the equipment. That's not something I'm interested in. But I am interested in being more active and present in the chat, and I think I can do that if I have some home stream stuff. We can kind of look at some things together. I think that'll be fun to add that element. And also, I want to do some camping. One of the reasons that I decided to come out to Denver was to reconnect with nature, touch grass, do some fly fishing, maybe catch some tiger muskie. I know some really cool camping spots. Linda loves fire. Linda loves to make a fire and then just take a stick and poke at the fire. So we're definitely gonna get our pyro on, play with some fire, roast some s'mores. And to everybody that comes here to hang out with me, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. And I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Have a safe Sunday. Excuse me. And if I don't see you soon, I hope you have a great May. If you can, come check me out when I do my throwback stream in LA. I think we're gonna have some fun. Shout out to Heidi. Again, Jack, Jolie, Grace, everybody that's having a birthday. Hope you have a great birthday. Celebrate all month. And also, we got a lot of... Hey, Jeremy, Jacob hit 60K tonight. That's awesome. Shout out to Jacob. That's dope. He deserves that. That's awesome. To everybody that... Oh, good luck with your 6-hour pickleball marathon. Thank you, Solid State. Thank you. To everybody that supports these YouTubers, basically just support anything that you want to see in the future. Your attention is pretty much what makes things be there in the future. So whatever you like, make sure that the people know that you like it. I asked people to leave comments last night after the stream, and we got more comments than usual. Thank you so much to all the people that leave comments. I read them all. I appreciate them all. It helps with the algorithm, but it also just lets me know who's watching and who's kind of with me. I appreciate it. So from Denver, signing off. Hope you guys have a great Memorial Day weekend. I'll see you soon. Stay safe.